This is Real Madrid versus Valencia game preview. The game starts in about an hour, so I'm just gonna talk about what I think about the match coming up, and then just lineups and all that. The Tottenham Chelsea game is right there. Hopefully, I don't get copyright striked. I think I should be good. I'm just watching that game at the moment. But yeah, just get right into it. Real Madrid, the last game was against Barcelona, and they looked really well in that game, getting a 2-1 win against their arch rivals, and now looking on to continue from their victory on there, and staying at home and going against Valencia, who's a team that last time they played lost 2-1. Last minute goal by former academy player Hugo Duro in the last minutes of the game last season. I remember that game so vividly. Madrid were terrible. I completely remember it. For me, under Carlos Ancelotti, I was never been a fan of how he played his whole managerial stint on Madrid. Yes, he won, but I didn't like the way they play. And that game, I remember it was just terrible for Madrid. It was really bad. But then, this is the redemption arc. This is where you need to prove you can get a win in the Classico. Can you get the second? Can you get another win right afterwards? They haven't won in a while. Valencia, they had a terrible stint so far. Here much show no, but they had a terrible stint, and they're in the bottom of the table in La Liga. But the lineups have come out, and for me, I thought they're gonna rest the players. No, that is not the case. He started practically almost everyone. He just brought in Franco, but besides that, it's the same players from El Clasico, which I'm really shocked and surprised. Um, I thought he was gonna bench Mbappe, Vini, and then maybe start Vini after the whole controversy. Give him minutes. He was gonna bench Orta, Tchouameni, Bellingham. No, that's not the case. I guess he wants to start strong, but your next game is against Liverpool, which is really odd. I'm confused about that. It's a Champions League weekend, and you're not resting your players beforehand. Maybe Xabi's confident going against Liverpool. Maybe he just wants to. Maybe he found his starting 11 that he wants to start every week. Because in the past couple weeks, he's been, not having the same players playing week in and week out, and now the back-to-back games, you don't really see it. You don't see that at all. Just besides Franco, who swapped out for Camavinga, which is pretty much expected. You want to get Franco going. You want him to start getting to the rhythm of things. Um, and you're gonna have Fede back, uh, playing wing back. For me, I think he plays better there. He looked superb in El Clasico, and I want to see him more there. But yeah, I'm just really really surprised with there. But you can see Valencia. Oh, they won 5-0 against Mallorca. I did not remember that. But before that, they had a stint. They haven't been performing well. Maybe Xavi saw something in that final win against Mallorca, and he's like, all right, we need to step up. We need to win, because you can't win El Clasico and then go on the next game and just not perform well. Valencia is a team that Madrid, for me, has always struggled again under Zidane, under Ancelotti back in 2014, under Rafa Benitez. Um, Valencia's always been that team that would struggle, similar to like a Levante or Barca. For me, that's how it's always been for years. So maybe Xavi, he knows it and he wants to get rid of things. Madrid are in a 5-game win streak. After that huge defeat against Atletico, trying to get, I'm trying to stand up. Hopefully, they straightened out. But you're trying to get back into the rhythm of things, trying to established as that team, and the whole controversy of the players mad because they don't like that of what he's teaching, what he's doing. That's going on rumors. I think it's dumb. I think they're just so used to Ancelotti and how he ran the team. They don't know how you know to get into the rhythm of that. That's what's online, especially with Vinny. Uh, who knows what would happen there. Valencia, I don't know much really. I mean, I know the players. I know Carrera, the Portuguese. I know Danjuma, Pepe Lu, Jose Gaya, um, Agrizabala, Rioja. But I don't. I just know they're underperforming, and that Madrid need to get the victory from Barcelona. Bellingham looked great in the ball. Mbappe's always going to be that pacey striker that when they find that gap, he's ready to take it. He's going to take that gap right away. Um, Arda didn't really have, he didn't really shine last game. So you need to find a way to have him and Bellingham work well together up in the midfield. Because Arda, he made that mistake costing Barcelona or giving Barcelona the goal. Um, but yeah, you can see things here and what will happen with that in this game. Predictions, this is gonna be a quick one. I think it's gonna be as Madrid needed, for me, they need a blowout. They need a huge win here. They need a huge win. I'm gonna say 4-0. I'm gonna say, because I got last game correct, I'm gonna say that Madrid need a huge win. I think a 4-0 win. A goal by Vini, a goal by Mbappe, a goal by Bellingham, a goal by and a goal by Militao. I think one of the defenders will score. Um, Franco hopefully gets an assist. I would like for him to score too, but we'll see. But Madrid need a huge win right here, and not just because they don't need it. Obviously, they can win 1-0 and boom. But as a moral, as to prove people wrong, prove everybody wrong. Really, you need a big blowout game. Madrid really had that. Oh, well, besides that, Kara Amadi in the Champions League. But besides that, Madrid hasn't had that huge win, and Madrid needs that really. So I'm gonna say 4-0 for this match here.